Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And Hasbro's not in very good shape. Hasbro is going to be laying off 15% of its staff, and they're going to bet heavily on Wizards of the Coast to carry them going forward. This is not
after they've already ruined Wizards of the Coast.
This is not a good idea. So here's the thing. Their stock's down, their earnings were not great, but this was...
People are pissed.
People are very pissed, but this was not reflective of the massive backlash toward Wizards and Dungeons & Dragons. We'll see that in another quarter or two as people stop buying, but they're basically going to lay off 1,000 people and focus heavily on Wizards of the Coast. What the hell are they thinking? What are they smoking at Hasbro? So this is Ryan S. Dancy, who is the guy who wrote the OGL, which they basically ripped up and threw out. And this is yesterday. Tough day on Wall Street for Hasbro. They're killing 1,000 jobs. Want to stay in this OGL, fight Wizards D&D, or stop destroying shareholder value and lives and get back to gaming. Now, again, what we're seeing is not the actual backlash yet. That will come later. But the fact that they're going to double down on Dungeons & Dragons when literally all the news about Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering is negative is suicide. So let's talk about this. Like, this is like how you blow your company up. They need to get rid of the CEO. They need to get rid of the CEO. He doesn't.
The one that just, wait, the guy. Oh, then they brought that one girl they just brought in.
Yeah, which is, I believe, a former coworker of his from Microsoft, and the two of them are destroying the company. I mean, they're trying to turn it into a video game company, and even video game companies that are much, much bigger than Hasbro are laying people off right now.
Maybe you shouldn't hire somebody to be a CEO if their name's Cox.
Maybe not, because they're just going to fuck it all up.
That's right.
All right, so let's talk about this. That should be the title of the video. I can't get away with that, though. Cox fucks Hasbro over.
Yep.
Hasbro to lay off 1,000 staffers. That's probably going to be the title of the video. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 290, almost 291,000, I think. We're doing really good. Please subscribe. A lot of you are telling me that you were not subscribed, or you thought you were subscribed, or you subscribed 2 or 3 years ago, and YouTube just decided to unsubscribe you.
Share it with your friends.
Share it with your friends.
Bring a smile to someone else's face.
We create smiles.
I like to make you smile. Anyway.
I like you to make me smile. That's
I was talking to them.
Okay.
Ironically, today, I got a thing from Hasbro Pulse thanking me for being a customer, because I bought stuff for Neon before on there. Thanking me for being a customer, and they couldn't have done it without customers like me and stuff. I'm like, you didn't do it. That's the problem.
They didn't do it. Hasbro didn't bring it. So yeah, this is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. Hasbro laying off 1,000 staffers, 15% of its workforce amid cost-cutting push. The toy giant is also looking to sell its production division, Entertainment One, as it pivots to focus on gaming.
Oh, it's selling its movie company.
Yes, that is the company that's producing the Dungeons & Dragons movie, and they had like G.I. Joe in the works and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Oh, shit.
So they're doubling down on gaming, and they've literally just destroyed all the goodwill.
Oh my god! So wait, they're selling their entertainment company, which they're doubling down on Wizards of the Coast.
Yes.
But they had this plan in place before or after they effed up Wizards of the Coast.
I think that was...
Expand goodwill.
I think that was always the plan, because there's a reason that Cox brought in Cynthia Williams from Microsoft too. And I said before, they probably want to turn D&D and Magic the Gathering into shitty mobile apps and then sell it off to like Tencent or something, But the fact that they're selling off their movie division before the D&D movie even comes out it's freaking weird. It's freaking weird. Yeah, so they said the significant layoffs are part of a larger restructuring and cost-saving effort underway, with the company having already put its TV and film division up for sale. They did not waste time. We are focused on implementing transformational change aimed at substantially reducing costs and increasing our growth rates and profitability, said Hasbro CEO Chris Cox.
Can I call him Dick? Because I don't like saying the word Cox.
Mr. Dick. Mr. Dick. While the full year 2022, and particularly the fourth quarter, represented a challenging moment for Hasbro, we are confident in our Blueprint 2.0 strategy, unveiled in October before all the backlash against D&D, which includes a focus on fewer, bigger brands, gaming, digital, and our rapidly growing direct-to-consumer and licensing business. So
we're going to license stuff out.
Well, that's what they're already doing. Like
What licenses are available?
well, you're getting back into collecting My Little Ponies. Like Geeky was really big into it, and Basic Fun's making all the ponies.
Okay, I'm very excited. Okay, Basic Fun. I knew they had them out for the 35th anniversary. And they're making these ponies, and I'm buying all the ones I can get because I love them so much. They're going to make new ones that they never released that were space ponies that are coming out apparently this year. But, if you know anybody at the company, could you please tell them that Geeky would request So Soft ponies? I would like to put a request in for So Soft ponies. Thank you very much.
She wants to rub your horse.
I do. I want to pet it because they're soft.
Stroke that
They're
horse.
flocked. They're fuzzy. Anyway,
Fluffy.
I love those kind of things. But it sounds like they're licensing stuff out. So I'm kind of like, what licenses do they have left? Maybe we can get one. Anyway.
Yeah, do you want to make toys? I don't. Well, because they're licensing out a bunch of their characters to Super 7 and stuff too. Like it's so weird. Like
I don't have to make toys. I can just make comics or something.
Yeah. Well, IDW is not doing the Transformers comics anymore, so.
I know somebody who does really good Transformer drawings.
I almost got a job working for DreamWorks.
Anyway.
Yeah, that blew up. Anyway, in selling eOne, Hasbro articulated a strategy in which it leans into franchises like Transformers, Peppa Pig, and D&D, including entertainment, although it may do so without its in-house studio. Hasbro looked to the eOne deal in 2019 to make the toy maker into a media contender as it combined the indie studio's film and TV unit with its own. But the pandemic disrupted that media strategy with a Hollywood production shutdown and delays in content deliveries as the industry reopened.
They're blaming it on the pandemic too. Maybe it's
everything.
because people didn't like your shit.
Maybe it's because $20 Transformers now cost $35 to $40 bucks too.
That could be. There's lots of things that could be wrong here that aren't related to COVID.
Hasbro announced that its president and COO Eric Nyman is also going to be leaving the company with a new organizational model set to be unveiled in the coming weeks. The elimination of these positions will impact many loyal Hasbro employees, and we do not undertake this process lightly. However, the changes are necessary to return our business to competitive industry-leading position and to provide the foundation for future success.
Their COO's name is Eric Nyman, which sounds like Hyman, and their CFO's Cox.
That's why he's not there anymore. He got fucked over and he's just not there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he didn't put a ring on it either.
I'm just sitting here like, these are unfortunate names. Anyway.
This is an unfortunate company, so it's this company.
It kind of fits.
Hasbro released preliminary earnings reporting 2022 revenue down 9% for the year and down 17% in Q4.
Oh, shit.
That is before. I want to reiterate. That loss does not reflect the potential loss of all of the Dungeons and Dragons customers that are saying they're going to boycott the company.
Well, yeah, because I remember we did many videos on it where they said they were putting a lot of their effort into, especially after the pandemic, they were putting all their effort into this, to Wizards of the Coast and all this stuff. They're making coffee shop and prom and all that shit to pander to a certain type of people. Same people they were pandering, Potato Head family or whatever the hell they're called now, the Spud people to
the potato
and the vegetables that identify as potatoes, and they're promoting to those people, but they were putting everything into this, and that's where they were going, and then they done effed up, and now they're like shit, and they're like trying to scrape that back, but damage is done.
Yeah, so here's where it gets weird, because he was in charge. Cox was in charge of Wizards of the Coast for a while before he brought in Cynthia Williams, right? And he took over because Brian Goldner. So here's kind of the difference. Brian Goldner was all about Hollywood. That was his thing. He's the guy who got the Transformers movies made, and he was all about like Hollywood. And I think it was on his watch that they started the Hub and all this other stuff.
Kids loved the Hub.
Yeah, they did. The Hub was actually pretty good, and the shows on the Hub were good. Transformers Prime was good, and G.I. Joe Renegades I thought was pretty good. And then
I know our kids like them. Yeah.
Anyway, so only Wizards of the Coast and digital gaming divisions saw their finances improve for the year. Q4 revenue up 22%, and 2022 revenue up 3%. Hasbro's entertainment division saw its revenues decline 12%, 17%. Company is taking $300 million in charges related to its entertainment and business plan changes, and $21 million in costs associated with the acquisition of eOne. Again, they didn't even give it time to.
No, it hasn't had time to do anything.
I think that was a Goldner thing. I think he was just like, yeah, we're going to really ramp up the movie production.
It seems like, they're just like, they can't make up their mind what they want to be.
No, just be a toy company. Seriously, just make toys. Is it really that hard? That's why I don't understand. Like Hasbro, is it really that hard? Is it really that embarrassing that you're just a toy company? Just be the best damn toy company on the planet. But they keep overreaching. They keep wanting to be more than a toy company. It's cool that you had some movies made, and it's cool that some of those movies made bank, and it's cool that some of your TV shows did well, like My Little Pony and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's like Toy Story. You are a toy company.
Yeah, and put the plastic back on the Transformers boxes.
I hate that. I hate it. I hate that.
I recycle. I do. So if it gets opened, it gets in the recycling bin. But people just ripping them out of the boxes. And
you don't know what you're buying. It's all their toys.
Put the plastic back on the dang boxes.
They're plastic toys that are going to wind up in landfills anyway. What's another thin layer of plastic? Seriously. I don't get it. I mean, hell, there's more plastic coming from McDonald's every day than Hasbro. So let's see. Cost-cutting move also follows Hasbro having prevailed in a boardroom proxy battle against Alta Fox management. They wanted Hasbro to break Wizards of the Coast off as a separate company, which honestly, in hindsight, might have actually been the better move. But the thing is, they needed Wizards to prop them up. But now they've destroyed all goodwill with Wizards, and that's what they're betting on to save their asses. They're fucked.
Well, yeah.
This company is screwed.
It's run by a Cox.
It's run by a Cox, yeah. So I don't even know what to say at this point. Like, that's what you're betting on. You're laying off 15% of your staff, and this blowback has not hit their bottom line yet. The blowback they're seeing, there was a lot of blowback about Wizards of the Coast dragging them down. The profits weren't where they needed to be because a lot of retailers were tired of the games they were playing with Magic the Gathering. They were tired of the cards being overproduced and all these sets being dumped on retailers and fans. And that led to massive backlash, and that led to even mainstream media being like, they're destroying whatever value Wizards had. And then that was before the D&D debacle. And now they're selling off the company that's producing the D&D movie before it's released.
Yeah, and that was the one thing they had that people might have come to.
They're completely screwed. Like, I don't even know. I'm sitting here thinking, like, are they going to wind up selling the whole damn company off or what's? Because I don't know where they go from here. Because I guarantee you, Wizards' losses in the next quarter or two are going to be catastrophic, because so many people said they're walking away from it.
Hasbro was the ones that had the Star Wars license too, aren't they?
Yeah,
and Star Wars toys aren't selling.
They're not selling. No. Actually, Hasbro blamed Star Wars. I think it was 2018. They blamed The Last Jedi for their failure because they were like,
That's okay. A lot of people blame Last Jedi for the failure of Star Wars.
They were like, all these Star Wars toys, these Disney Star Wars toys, we can't sell. And you saw, like, year after year, they went from, like, when The Force Awakens came out, they had a full product line, tons of vehicles, all kinds of crazy stuff. And then The Last Jedi came out, and they pulled back on it. And then Solo came out, and we got a rinky-dinky Falcon. I call it the nap time Falcon, because Han can just lay down in this Falcon.
However, I do like the little micro vehicles they have now.
Yeah, they're going back to original trilogy.
I like those, but I only buy original trilogy if I buy anything.
But all the Disney Star Wars stuff is just like dying over at Ollie's right now.
Yeah, shocker.
So I don't know. This company is in a world of hurt, guys. So we're gonna wrap this up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.